Hiya, this is your buddy Marty here, and as you can see, I'm out in 100-acre woods. Well, it's actually more like about 106 acres, but that's just kind of picking nits. So, I'm at one of my favorite spots to hang out at during the Thanksgiving period every year. As you can see, there's a little creek behind me here. That's Acorn Creek, and this is a place where a lot of them Indian fellers they come back from over across the great divide between the two realms. They hang out in spirit here, and they just kind of generate a lot of warm, good feelings and loving, appreciating thoughts, and send them out to everybody living on Turtle Island. Yep, by golly, that's North America and the United States and Canada and Mexico. That's all part of Turtle Island. A lot of folks think that it was the Pilgrims who started Thanksgiving, but actually Thanksgiving feasts have been around forever and forever, it seems like. Yep, by golly, those people in Egypt 5,000 years ago, we have records of them having Thanksgiving feasts. It's pretty much a normal part of societies that are very connected to the earth and live in rhythm to the different cycles of nature. So there's always been a central theme in Native American culture around the idea of giving thanks and having appreciation for all of the abundance and beauty and joy and all of those wonderful things that are a part of our lives here as we're floating through space on Turtle Island. Yep, by golly, it's all about giving thanks and being appreciative. You know, when the Pilgrims crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 1620, they landed on those rocky shores over there on the East Coast, territory that had been previously inhabited by the Wampanoag Indians. The Wampanoags were part of the Algonquin-speaking peoples, and by golly, that was part of the woodland culture, which is the dominant Native American culture that surrounds the Great Lakes. Anyway, the Wampanoags moved several times during each year in order to get food. In the spring, they would fish in the rivers for salmon and herring, and then during planting season, they moved to the forest to hunt for deer and other animals, and at the end of the hunting season, people moved inland where there was greater protection from the weather. So from December to April, they lived on food that they had stored during the earlier months. Well, those Pilgrim fellers, after they got here, they'd had kind of a rough year, and they were pretty much in pretty bad shape. Yep, they had some folks drop dead, and others died from, extreme conditions in the New World, and so when Squanto, who was a Native American fellow who spoke English, when he had his first encounter with those Pilgrims, he and Samoset, they decided that they were going to bring them up to speed. By golly, yep, they were going to bring those Pilgrims up to speed, and so they spent a lot of time assisting them with planting and harvesting and learning how to hunt in the forest and things of that sort, and also assisted them on building Indian-style houses because they had that old English format that just didn't work in the New World. They showed them poisonous plants and how to cook plants to use as medicine and how to dig and cook clams, and of course clam chowder is now a New England staple, but anyway, then they also got sap from the maple trees for maple syrup, and they used fish for fertilizer, and there was a whole multitude of skills that they shared with those people who had newly arrived in North America. So anyway, at the end of the summer that they had shared with those Pilgrims, by golly, Miles Standish and the Pilgrims invited Squanto and Samoset to bring their families, and they'd have a big celebration. Of course, they had no idea how big Indian families could be, and so by golly, it was like 90 or 100 people showed up, and that kind of freaked everybody out. But Samoset and Squanto went out, and they got a bunch of wild turkeys and fish and beans and squash and corn and soup and berries and cornbread, and made a contribution, and by golly, everybody got together and had a big feast, and they called it the first Thanksgiving. Well, that's what we're celebrating right now. Yep, how those Indian fellers and those English fellers got on the same page. Didn't last for very long, but hopefully in the future here we'll see more harmony and cooperation between all of the tribes on planet Earth, but that's really what Thanksgiving is all about. So, now that you know all about Thanksgiving and how it came about, and I've made you aware of how there are these invisible people around right now, especially this time of year, these spiritual beings who are Native Americans who are connected to this land, just be aware of the fact that everybody is working for universal harmony, and this Thanksgiving, make it a special day of appreciation and love and respect, not only for each other, but for all of the other people on the planet, and be especially thankful that the divine presence that surrounds us all is forever and forever a part of our life. I might also mention that us critters in the woods, we're big on Thanksgiving, and so if you feel inclined with a little bit of that cracked corn and maybe a few nuts and things like that, dried berries, any sort of offering would be greatly appreciated by us squirrels and other critters, and we just all want to get on board the same ship and have a really good Thanksgiving with all you human critters. So I guess I'll just have to say God bless us, everyone here on Turtle Island, and you keep looking forward to good things coming because it's on the horizon. This is your buddy Marty, and I'm signing off for now, so you have a grand Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.